It's Brian from the Disability Digest, and you are about to listen to Terry's Disability Approval Success Story. And I'm excited to share this with you because Terry was denied at her initial application, which is not the exciting part, but she won her appeal, which winning the appeal at the reconsideration level is statistically dismal. Only 11.2% of the people are successful. So Terry shares 5 things that she did that she feels made a difference for her and allowed her to beat the odds. So I'm in hopes that this helps you get your disability benefits approved fast. If you're successful, it could take 18 months, 2 years off your approval time. So have a listen for more resources to help you get approved from the Disability Digest. Just see the Disability Digest address on the screen, or look around this video for other resources. Hope you find this helpful. Thanks.
Terry?
Hi.
Brian Terrian calling. How are you?
Well, after I got approved, I'm feeling a lot. My spirits are feeling good anyway.
Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, I was looking at the date on your letter, Terry, and it was dated December 27th. They could have made it a few days earlier as a Christmas present.
Oh, I know.
Actually wanted to ask you this. Your case was unique because it got approved at the reconsideration level. Very few cases get approved at the reconsideration level, and one of the things that we do is when we start the case is we write like a case theory and we send it into Social Security, and then if there's anything updated, we rewrite it and send it in, and it got approved. But what I wanted to ask you is, like, there's a lot of people out there going through the process that just they think it's going to take 3 years, and oftentimes it does. But I mean, is there anything that you learned through the process that you would be willing to allow me to share, like a snippet of this call, an audio snippet, that might make somebody's life easier going through this?
I
Advice?
think the main thing, like you said, is, just have patience. Don't give up. Patience is the main thing. And then, like you said, definitely you need to make sure you're showing probably the ongoing treatment and things like that for it. And I think if they would have sent me right away for a actual doctor review, I think that might would have expedited mine. But, other than the records I already sent them, I didn't even get to go to a doctor review until November, to actually be reviewed by one of the disability doctors. And I knew when I went to him, he obviously could tell I had some, neurological deficits and stuff going on. But, I don't know how Medicare works in their process and things like that with it. But, it would have helped probably if they would have sent, sooner than having to wait all that amount of time to have to go for it on the doctor review, the disability doctor review, because a lot of times we can send in records and stuff like that, but, actual doctor, reviewing you, they're doing the tests and stuff. I mean, they know what's going on with you there.
I agree if they are doing their test properly.
Like they should, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So patience, and make the most of that independent medical exam when the opportunity comes up.
Yeah, and I would say, make sure they stay with their, do their follow-ups like they should, with their doctors. Be persistent with that, and and so that was another thing I ran into this past year in 2020, was that they quit with the inpatient visit.
Right.
It was, you had to do the telemedicine type thing. And then that was even delayed too there of getting that done. So, it would have went quicker had it not been for COVID, because that was the delay, that of getting in for doctor's appointments and even trying to get records and stuff like that, it was hard to even get that because a lot of them, you wasn't allowed in places to go get them, or you had to wait to get them, and so it was. But I'd say the main thing is the patients and the videos that y'all submit for the applicants that are trying to go through the process. They need to. I would say they need to view all of those because those are very helpful on there. Prior to like filling out any of the forms and stuff like that they have, because y'all were very good into saying that you need to go into more detail, like, well, do you have difficulty walking? Well, is it you can't walk a mile? Can you not walk just a few feet? Or how is it that you go in and do? So I think any of that, the videos are very helpful. So they need to, watch them prior to filling forms also.
No, that's good. It's like having, as I say, the answers to the test. Right, right. Good advice. I thank you for sharing that. In the hopes that, gets
because I never would have
people
thought on some of those things probably to actually include it in the statements that you're making to that amount of detail if I had not have watched some of those videos or by talking with y'all too, as to how to actually word some of the stuff, where they can get a bit, because, you got to think you're only submitting paperwork, so you really need to take in, give a detail of what's going on with you, because if not, they're not going to know,
Yeah.
And two people do different jobs, too. What might be a limitation for one person might not be a limitation for someone else.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's excellent. That's excellent. Well, little by little, we make an effort to change the process for people. So I am very grateful for your contribution. Yeah.